Hello everyone, it's Odd1sOut TV and I'm going to react to the Odd1sOut movie sequels reaction from Dwayne and Jazz, and also I'm going to do one more reaction video which was requested, so let's go. What is Dwayne doing? What is this?
How's it going today, Lord? My name is Dwayne.
My name's Jazz.
We're Dwayne and Jazz. Today we have for you the Odd1sOut movie sequels.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, there's a lot of movie sequels.
Like The Lion King.
Man.
Sequel?
It's
like
no,
the
well,
same
the
story.
remake.
It will be one day.
It will, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
They might make it two.
They might. I think
there
so.
was a Lion King 2.
It was.
Yeah.
Mind blown. Anyway, guys, you guys have your requests, please follow us on social media and the link below. Don't forget to subscribe.
You all remember that classic kids movie made in the 70s about a pig and a spider?
Yes.
Charlotte's Web? Remember how it made us a lot of money?
Oh,
Wait,
I'll
did
do
we
it
already
again.
have
It
this
made me feel
conversation?
like pain.
Yeah,
so
we
that's
did.
good.
But we're remaking this conversation.
Oh shit.
With better graphics and Will Smith. But why would we remake something that's already good on its own when we could be making something totally original? Because we don't
money.
want to take risks, and this will make us more money. But won't it be obvious to the audience that we're only doing these remakes for the money?
Yes.
They'll watch it anyways.
See?
I don't want you to think that I think that all sequels and remakes are bad. One of my favorite movies is a
Aladdin.
spin-off. And I'm very excited for the remake of The Dark Crystal to
No.
come out. And if you think I'm going to make a video talking about it when it comes out, you are absolutely correct. So Disney is remaking a bunch of classical movies into live action. They did it with
Lion
Tarzan, Alice in Wonderland, and they did it with 101 Dalmatians twice. And as someone who enjoys cartoons a little too much,
Oh, no.
my God.
they remade Treasure Planet or
God.
Atlantis into live action. Both of those movies are underrated and have a lot of high-stake, action-packed adventure that would be perfect for a reboot. And if they did get a reboot, it would introduce a new generation of kids to these awesome movies. But that's just my opinion. I'm sure Disney has good
Use
reasons for
VHS.
making sequels and spin-offs. Speaking of Disney sequels, I bet some of you forgot the very old
Pocahontas
straight-to-VHS
too.
Disney sequels. I try to forget
I
about
didn't even
those.
see that.
You
I
can have
didn't
your own
see
opinion
those.
on the Disney sequels,
either.
but all the ones that
That's
went straight to VHS are terrible. Even the
That's why
Lion
they
King
went straight
2,
to VHS.
that one emo lion was kinda hot.
Ooh.
Did I stutter? I know all those sequels were technically done by a different studio, but let's just hope that Disney will finally break the bad sequel
Cracked out
streak with
Mickey.
Why
Frozen
Mickey
2.
on crack?
Or they should just
Mickey
let
Mouse
it go.
Mouse.
Straight to VHS. Some franchises
Way
like
to go
Harry
to
Potter or Lord of the Rings have long, overarching
ongoing.
stories that are designed to have multiple installments, and as long as the studio doesn't stretch out one book into 3 movies, then those types of movies are absolutely fine. But I don't want to talk about those movies. I want to talk about sequels to standalone films. Now, I believe that a sequel to a standalone film can be done, but it's a delicate process. Because in the first
Yeah.
Be
you
careful
establish
here.
the characters in the world they live in, then the protagonist has to overcome a problem, usually defeating a villain, and then the characters live happily ever after, and the story is all wrapped up nicely with a bow, and just what a nice story we got there. I'm just gonna set it
Time
down,
to-
watch it from time to time, and not change it one bit. But then a sequel comes along and says, "Oh, you thought the characters lived happily ever after?"
Nope.
And then rips off the nice bow and says there's another more evil villain who wasn't mentioned in the first movie for some reason.
Sure
If a
wasn't.
sequel turns out bad, it can
Oh.
devalue the original movie.
Son of the
There's a
Mask
reason
was
we don't
terrible.
talk about Atlantis 2 or Pocahontas 2. Or Mulan 2, or Hunchback 2, or Aladdin 2, or Cinderella
Those are
2, or
hard.
Beauty and the Beast 2, or Tarzan 2. Because they didn't happen. So that's why I'm always impressed whenever a good sequel is made. And a studio that I think does an amazing job at making sequels is called DreamWorks. But I've noticed a
Shrek 2
pattern
was
with
good.
DreamWorks franchises
Yes.
that I've coined the DreamWorks trequel paradox. I think the right word might be trilogy, but I'm just going to say trequel.
third movie.
You see, DreamWorks has a track record of creating amazing sequels, but
Kung
pretty
Fu Panda,
subpar
the
trequels. Here's what I mean.
quadrilogy,
Now,
those
keep in
4,
mind that these
it's
are
pretty good.
not my opinion. These reviews are
He said
objectively
I'm right.
correct facts. And also, I just want to say I know that these movies are kids' movies, but I like animated movies more than real ones. And I'm a cartoon character,
Sometimes
so...
I do
So
too.
do I.
Sometimes
Shrek 1,
it
great
depends.
movie, great
Awesome
characters,
movie.
great message, 10 onion layers out of 10. Shrek 2, it's
Awesome
the first
movie
movie
again.
in
Yeah.
history to be better than the original, and it created the best music video of all time. I need 11 heroes out of 10.
Yes.
Shrek 3, Not in my swamp. Okay, I know we might not all agree,
was
but here's
alright.
another example. Kung Fu Panda 1, perfect movie.
Perfect.
Naruto
Any
had
movie
that.
with anthropomorphic animals is
I didn't
always
see
a win
two.
in my book.
I
I
didn't
think
see
we
two.
have
Saw
a
one.
best-selling
Yeah,
franchise on our Panda Paws. Kung Fu Panda 2, just as good as the
Excellent.
original. How many sequels have an animated bird as a villain? Besides Stuart Little 2. So
Yeah.
far we got 10s across the board, but then Kung Fu Panda 3 comes along and just didn't break its
Just
trend. However, there's one franchise
bad.
that doesn't follow the DreamWorks trequel paradox, and it haunts my dreams. Works. And that franchise is Madagascar.
Oh,
I remember
All three
loving
of
this
them
movie
good.
as a kid. And
Love
apparently,
it.
I wasn't the only kid
I
who
like
enjoyed it
the
because it
movie.
made
All three of them
$593,521. So DreamWorks made 2 more of these movies and created the thing that haunts my dreams.
bad.
Now,
I like
personally,
them big.
I don't really
Yeah,
care.
that's
about
it.
these
Copyright.
movies.
Yeah, I
They're
think-
fine. I haven't rewatched them at all, so 5 out of 10. But there's another movie in this franchise.
Oh.
A movie that
Secret
shouldn't be as
compartment?
good as it is. And honestly, I'm a little embarrassed to admit that it might make the list of my top 5 favorite movies. I don't think enough people are talking about this movie, so I'm going to be the one who breaks the ice. That metaphor is relevant because we're talking about
Minecraft?
Penguins of Madagascar.
Oh.
Penguins of
That was
Madagascar
a good
is the
movie,
best
too.
movie that
Penguins is
features
good.
penguins ever. Better than Happy Feet and Happy Feet 2, and it's 1,000 times more realistic than March of the Penguins. There's a scene where the penguins fall off an airplane and go hopping from one airplane to another. It's so entertaining, and it's all done in one continuous camera shot, so I'm not talking with a hint of irony when I say that this scene is a cinematic masterpiece. I don't remember when I first watched Penguins of Madagascar. It came out when I was 18, so I'm probably not the target demographic, but I remember after watching it
I don't
thinking,
know how old I was either.
wow.
It's like
That's a good
10.
movie. And I didn't think about that movie again until years later on Halloween night 2018.
Oh.
I was in a Discord call with
13?
some friends who are also spending their Halloween night behind a computer, and naturally we were discussing which Madagascar sequel was better. Some people actually liked the second one, which was surprising, and I said, well, no matter what you think of the sequels, at least we can all agree that Penguins of Madagascar is better than both of them, right?
said,
And then they were
Everyone on
like,
the call was
you know
like,
what?
what are you talking about?
Uh-oh.
And instead of watching a scary movie that Halloween night, we all virtually watched a movie about penguins together, and I think everyone liked it. Okay, let's talk about
did they?
another studio, Pixar. Pixar
Oh,
movies do
Toy
a good
Story,
job at appealing
incredible.
to a wide audience.
All that.
Kids like
Yeah.
them because
Cars
they're a
was great.
cartoon, and
Cars?
adults like them because of their
Cars was
heavy
so-
themes like old people dying.
Oh,
Every
so-
movie Pixar has made has been a cinematic classic.
good.
Yeah.
Penguins of Madagascar, however, is not one of those emotionally inducing movies.
It
It
ain't.
No.
doesn't teach a thought-provoking life lesson.
It's
It's
just
an
a
hour
little
and a
fun
half of
movie to
penguins
watch.
fighting
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
octopus,
Yeah.
and I love it. Every morning when I watch Penguins of Madagascar, I feel like a kid again. I am jealous of the writing in this movie. Okay, there's one fart joke, but that's my only complaint. Now, do I think Penguins is better than all of these Pixar movies?
No.
No, definitely not.
Yeah,
but I
no.
do think this movie is really good, and IMDb gave it a 6.7 when it clearly deserves a 10. I don't know if this video convinced you to watch
Your
Penguins of
furry friends
Madagascar,
are
but if
here.
you're retroactively looking for the next summer blockbuster movie to watch, then it's got my recommendation. James, are you being sponsored by Penguins?
No.
I wish. There wasn't really a point to this video. I just wanted an excuse to talk about my favorite DreamWorks
Penguins.
spinoff. So, in conclusion, I'm really excited for The Dark Crystal 2 coming out on Netflix. The show's being released
What
on
is
August
that?
30th, which
There's
is
so many
coincidentally
Netflix
this
shows.
channel's
I don't know.
5-year anniversary.
Oh,
So don't expect me to work that day.
good.
Okay, admittedly,
Okay.
this video went off the rails a tiny bit.
He said it got off the rails just like we did in the beginning.
Yeah, you just wanted to do something weird. I don't
He
know.
just said,
It's
let's do
like-
something weird. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, but I had to say Pixar's
Pixar is banging.
Yeah, is it Disney on Pixar?
Do they? I don't know.
Can't remember.
I'm not sure because Disney
I
own a
know.
lot of stuff.
Mickey's just
So
got that Fendi
that
gauntlet.
glove, that white glove, add another stone to it.
Making that fun.
That's what he
Incredibles.
did with the Toy Story.
Yeah.
thing.
Forward. No, one of my favorites definitely is Incredibles.
Yes.
I love
because of the
superheroes. And like, yeah, like if they had superheroes, then you know, like Accords and stuff like that would happen. Because you know, hey, you people die. People. I'm not trying to be mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
They be on that.
and property gets damaged. Why you laughing?
You seem like a whole evil villain. That's why I'm looking at you.
People die.
Like,
Property gets damaged now. You messed up my lawnmower.
like you're ready to get revenge. That's
Cool
why I'm
bird.
looking at you.
Oh,
But
bird.
Up was a good movie too. It was just kind of sad to me. It was just like
Yeah.
really sad. Like he did it because his spouse died and like that was like their thing to like travel the world and everything.
Yeah.
And he did it right in the house so that she could be there with him. And it was just kind of sad.
I didn't watch Up. I
Um,
heard it was sad. I was like,
it was a good movie though.
Yeah.
But now every time I see an old man that looks like him, I have to think about the movie. I'm just like, that is like the Up
Identical.
from like real life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I can't help it.
I can understand you. Anyway, guys.
Sometimes.
Comment below, let us know what you think.
Don't forget to like and share.